In 2015, the United Nations agreed to 11 norms for how states should behave in cyberspace. It was a milestone, a shared understanding that countries shouldn't target each other's critical infrastructure or cast a blind eye to malicious cyber activity within their territory. Also, that they should share information, respect human rights, and assist or request assistance when facing a major cyber incident. But fast forward to today, and the reality looks very different. Signing up to the norms has not always meant implementing them. This report steps outside the halls of the basements of meeting rooms in the United Nations headquarters to show how responsibility in cyberspace is being redefined, reshaped, and sometimes reinvented far beyond those walls in New York. The UN framework has 4 pillars: international law, voluntary norms, confidence-building measures, and cyber capacity building. It's a crucial space for dialogue, especially amid geopolitical tensions and war. But as our research shows, it's not enough. The framework focuses on state-to-state behavior and international peace and security, leaving out domestic policy, economic development, and other drivers of cyber strategy. And we found that responsible cyber behavior, or as we say, RCB, isn't just a UN-defined concept. 3 patterns in this research really stood out. Firstly, that responsibility is seen as an economic strategy, where building cyber capacity is about enabling growth. Responsibility also is seen as signaling, quietly marking the red lines without naming and shaming. And thirdly, responsibility as diplomacy, using regional and thematic alliances to push the rules outside the UN. For many states, especially in the Global South, cybersecurity is about development. In interviews, some policymakers stressed that their cybersecurity strategy isn't about deterrence, it's about enabling prosperity. And as one official put it, security is important, but our agency's job is to help manage risks so that the country can grow. This shows how cyber capacity building is not just a support measure. It is a core dimension of being able to act responsibly. Public cyber attribution, that is, naming and shaming attackers, is one of the ways through which states signal unacceptable behavior. But it isn't a straightforward practice, or as straightforward as it sounds. It also risks some diplomatic or economic blowback. For other countries, it might also seem like as part of their political culture, which favors signaling through quiet channels. The takeaway? Public attribution isn't a silver bullet. It's one tool among many, and in some cases, discretion can be just as strategic as disclosure. States are shaping norms in regional blocs, bilateral deals, and thematic groups, sometimes in ways that bypass or challenge the UN's approach. The bottom line here is that the governance of cyberspace is being negotiated in many forums, not just the formal UN sessions, but in back channels, side rooms, and new alliances. The message is clear. If consensus can't be reached in New York, states will find other ways and other venues to shape and socialize understandings of responsible cyber behavior, some of which might never arrive at the UN, but still be relevant for a specific group. Today, responsible cyber behavior is being defined in national strategies, regional alliances, development agendas, and informal coalitions, often without using the word responsibility. For diplomats, researchers, and policymakers, this means looking beyond formal negotiations and understanding the diverse ways through which states signal, shape, and practice those international commitments, and how they shape other commitments as well. Because responsibility in cyberspace isn't just a principle on paper, it's a moving target, and it's being negotiated quietly and publicly and consistently.